Good morning, Wiser Nation. Good morning. Good to see everyone here this morning. You early risers, good morning. Blessing, Chinwe, Lucky, Zamaka, Love Akpan, Chikezi, Lacey, Gayos, Amarachi, Alabi, Omotense, Nancy, Israel, Promines, Victoria, Elizabeth. Good morning. Thank you for honoring us with your presence this morning, Kuza, Michael. I am really honored that you're here. Olabisi, hi. Good morning to you all. It's a bright Saturday morning. Well, it's not yet bright, it's still dark, except you are in what city in Nigeria would be bright by now? Or where are you in the world? And is it bright where you are? it's a bright day, maybe not in terms of outlook by what's in the clouds right now, but in terms of what what the day holds. Hi, George. Hi, Christiana. Hi, Vera. It's a bright day for us. It's a great day for us. It's a winning day for us. It's a progressive day. It's a day of climbing. It's a day of growth. If you haven't been in the habit of speaking into your day like this, please start now. Please start now. It's not yet bright in Adamawa. It's a few minutes away. Uyo, please start now to speak into your day. Now, don't wait for a time to speak into my day. As you get up, as your eyes open, oh, thank you, Lord, for today. It's a great day. It's a winning day. It's a bright day. It's a day of fulfillment. It's a day of wisdom. It's a day of execution. It's a day of carefulness and persistence. It's a day of doing the things I say I will do. It's a day of adding action to my faith, to put yourself in a place of being accountable. As much as I love the idea of having accountability partners, somebody who can reach out to you from time to time to check on you and find out what you're doing, I think the ultimate is being accountable to self, to say, I will do this, and then do it, or at least begin to take steps toward doing it. Because I see you, Regina, I see you. So I don't know about this Sunday, maybe this Sunday evening. That's tomorrow evening. I think so, tomorrow evening. No. I'm not ready for tomorrow evening. Well, let's see if we can make it. Else, the next Sunday evening, we will have a session to show us how to use the WISER 2022 planner. I would have a planner with me, and we would set it up properly so that I can be very clear to show us how to use the planner. It's not enough to have a planner. We need to know what to do with it. I hung out with a few people in Abuja yesterday, and one person said she doesn't know what to do with the planner yet. And I was like, oh, okay. She said she needs to know. And I go, okay. I'm sorry I made the assumption that we all would just know what to do. She's like, no, not use such. I'm like, okay, thank you for your honesty. So I will show us what the possibilities are and how it will be useful so that you don't have another tool in your hand and not use it effectively because you don't know how to use it. So Sunday, tomorrow is 12th, Sunday the 19th. By the grace of God, we will have that session on how to use the WISER 2022 planner. Quite a number of people have purchased their planners. More people have bought the e-copy, which makes sense so that you can print it wherever you are and set it up and begin to plan to use it. So thank you for taking yourself seriously. Today we are in chapter 11. I mean, the days are just going so fast. Chapter 11. Oh, good morning, everybody. If I haven't mentioned your name, I still love you so much. Thank you for being here. This Saturday morning where many of us should have been sleeping. God hates cheating in the marketplace. He loves it when business is above board. When business is above board, the stuck up fall flat on their faces, but down to earth people stand firm. Can we just dwell on this for a moment about being down to earth? That when people are stuck up, what does it mean to be stuck up? See, you see this my shoulder today, how high it is. That's the figurative expression of someone who's stuck up, whose shoulder is up. Don't talk to people. Now they may not have the look on the face per se, but they behave in such a way that they don't really blend. They don't really they say water has levels, Abby. Water finds its level. Life has levels. So they check who is on their level and they don't blend or mix easily. Mm. Those are like the people that are stuck up. If somebody can check the Google reference and then copy and paste it, that would be nice. If you can, if you can't, don't worry. What does it mean to be stuck up? Stuck up people will fall flat on their faces because when they now need other people to rally around them, more often than not, they won't have the right set of people. If they have people rally around them, usually they would have sycophants. Sycophants, people who, you know what? Let's get the proper definition of sycophants. Sycophant meaning is a person who acts obsequiously towards someone important in order to gain advantage. They would only have people who obsequiously serve them. Like only those who they play to the gallery. They only say what. So let's just use Mr. A as an example. And Mr. A is a stuck-up person. So what will happen to Mr. A? If Mr. A is stuck up, the people who will stay around him would usually be only those who know how to say, Aranka Dede, Mr. A, you are the best thing that happened since last week. That thing you said yesterday is true. Even though Mr. A said nonsense, they would just say, yes, Mr. A, we're with you. Mr. A, yes, for president, we support you. Anything you say, in fact, you are the alpha and omega. If you say A, it is. If you say B, after you, now you. Before you, now nobody else. So when Mr. A really needs to make some serious growth, he would have nobody in his team to tell him we're headed for danger. So more likely than not, Mr. A will fall flat because he had no truth in his community. So be careful not to be stuck up. Be down to earth. We are all equal in the sight of God. Show yourself as equal, regardless of who you're talking to, whether they have educational standing up to yours or not. Relax. So that you don't have only yes men around you. You have real people who will stand by you and stand for you when it's necessary. The integrity of the honest keeps them on track. The deviousness of crooks brings them to ruin. Where what you say and what you do are in sync, that's integrity. What you do behind closed doors, it will keep you on track. It will keep you focused on your goals. Now, discipline, in my opinion, discipline is a reflection of integrity because discipline comes from a place of keeping your promise to yourself. So you say to yourself, going forward, I will drink warm water every morning to get my system cleansed. That's like making a promise to yourself. Discipline is keeping your word. In the morning, I said I would drink warm water. I would drink it. I'll drink today. I'll drink tomorrow. That becomes discipline. Keeping your word to yourself. Keeping your word to yourself. If I say, oh, today I would read one page and I do read it, I've kept my word to myself, that's discipline. If I say today I would watch TV for only 1 hour and I keep to it, that's integrity and that's discipline. So can you see how they're kind of one and the same thing? Integrity is discipline, is keeping your word to yourself. I've said to myself, I would only have one groundnut, one handful of groundnuts every few days. And I keep my word to myself. That's discipline. Sometimes when we think of discipline as those very, something so difficult, it's not the easiest thing, yes, but when you look at it as that, you go, today I'm going to keep my promise to myself. I'm going to keep my promise to myself. Many times we keep our promises to other people more than we keep our promises to self. You say to your superiors at work, oh, I'll be here at work every day at 8. And guess what? You are there every day at 8. That's not discipline. No, that is discipline. I beg your pardon. That is discipline because you're keeping your word to them, right? Now, when you say to yourself that you will read at 8 p.m. every day for 15 minutes, that's also a place that requires you to keep your word, and that is discipline. So you would see that people who are disciplined are usually the same people who have integrity, because in practice, they're kind of the same thing. So don't say, no, I want to be a person of integrity. Well, you can say that. It's kind of easier to say I would be someone who I'll keep my promises to myself. That's holding yourself accountable. That's holding yourself accountable. And wisdom is saying here that the integrity of the honest will keep you on track. The integrity of the honest will keep you disciplined. The deviousness of crooks will bring them to ruin. Oh, I will read one chapter a day. Today, let me eat Jesus. Let's rest. Tomorrow, that is deviousness. Let's see how Google defines devious. Devious meaning says showing a skillful use of underhand tactics to achieve a goal, longer and less direct than the most straightforward way. Okay, I think I'll read one chapter, one page, just one page every day. Oh, I beg, let me leave. Today's Saturday, I'll be at you. Sunday, on Monday, I'll read 3 pages. Since I miss Saturday, Sunday, let me do 3 pages on Monday. You are deviating. That will lead you to being crooked, not straight. That's using an underhand tactic. No, the agreement was 1 page a day, not 3 pages whenever you feel like because you missed 2 days. No, it's 1 page a day. Are we still with our 1 page a day? So that it doesn't bring us to ruin. Verse 4, a thick bankroll is no help when life falls apart. Money not gonna help nothing when life falls apart. But a principled life can stand up to the worst. Regardless of what the challenge is, if we are used to principles, we will stand again. So wisdom is saying to us from today, just decide again to stick to your principles. It will pay you eventually. It will pay you in a way money cannot pay you. Verse 5 says, moral character makes for smooth traveling. An evil life is a hard life because you would Always be looking over your shoulder when you do something wrong and somebody calls your name. You know that you stole that meat from the pot, and your mother just calls your name. You're already afraid, like, oh my God, did she know? Has she found out? Because an evil life just puts you on the edge. You're constantly needing to protect yourself and cover and cover and cover again, because there is something that you are afraid of, even if you can't confront it. Some of the people with the highest walls, whose doors cannot be opened anyhow, who goes there? Some of those people, not all, but most, are so afraid of something because of the lack of principles that have been exhibited at one point or the other. Those who have nothing to hide. Yes, of course, there is the protection for your safety and security just because we're in this life. But beyond that, they're just open. That life of evil, where things are twisted, becomes hard. Hard may not be in terms of finances or what to eat and what to wear. It's just hard in terms of living smoothly and happily without constantly being on the edge for one reason or the other. I mean, even later on in the chapter, we see where it says even good people have tough times. And I mean, evil people just have tougher times. So let's all check ourselves where we are going off course, as it were, and come back. Come back. Verse 6. Good character is the best insurance. Good character is the best insurance. Good character is the best insurance. It's better than all the money in the bank. Good character. Crooks get trapped in their sinful lusts. Can I just agree with myself today that I will be of good character in all that I do, no matter how hard, in my business, in my relating with people? Can I just agree with myself that I will be of good character? And let it pay me, Biko, let it pay me. It's the best insurance. When the wicked die, that's it. The story is over. End of hope. As simple as that. But see, when the good, when the righteous die, their lives will live on, because the people they are impacted and imparted into will continue the process of paying forward. Verse 8, a good person is saved from much trouble. A bad person runs straight into it. So remember, one of our mottos for 2022, I will do good things and do things good. I will do the right things and do things right. I will show care. I will show kindness and consideration. So yesterday we picked it up for care and persistence. I will be careful and persistent and do good. Verse 9 says, the loose tongue of the godless spreads destruction. In fact, you know what? Let me go back. Let me go back to verse 8 just a moment and make a point here about business. We say a good person is saved from much trouble. Now let's talk about healthy business practices, like running your accounts right, separating business money from personal money, which is not one of the easiest things to do, but can be done with intention, where you register your business name or your limited liability company, and all payments come in through that business, even when you are your only staff. Then you pay yourself a salary, and you determine, you can even speak with an accountant, determine how much can be your salary, and set a recurring payment, a direct debit every month. A certain amount is paid to you, and that's all you are at liberty to spend freely. Every other thing you need will have to be within what that salary entails. Not that because I run my business alone, everything is mine. From here, I cook from here. No, 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 no. You put yourself on a pay so that you can build the business. You can have a budget for growth, budget to rent office or to buy office. You can have a budget to buy tools and machinery for the organization. Even if all you earn every month is 100,000 and you place yourself on a 35,000 naira salary, the whole 100,000 is not yours. Now, this can be, we can liken this to say a good person is saved from much trouble. Now you're doing business right. But a bad person will run straight to it, because when it's time to pay your taxes, some things will be mixed up because there was no clarity. It wasn't good. It wasn't done good in the first place. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Thank you all for holding on. We got thrown out by the network. It will get better. Things will only get better. So, we're saying when we're not able to separate business accounts from personal accounts, we can run into trouble because we're not clear. So we're not even able to budget properly. Now, we keep talking about things like this. Please determine that going forward, you will indeed take steps. When I was placed on a salary last year, it wasn't funny because I earn all this money, but now you're restricting me to this. But guess what? Oh my goodness, it made things so much easier. What the space we got in Benin was amazing, and we could afford it because the money was not ours. It was business money. We had enough. Now we're installing this, we're buying that, we're fixing that because the business has enough to run. And because it has enough to run well, it can take care of us all more. Unlike when it was just me and money not, oh, somebody needs this from business accounts, you send, oh, from this. Oh, come on, that's a mess. That's what wisdom is saying to us here, that we will fall flat on our faces if we're not careful with what we have. A bad person runs straight into trouble because we were not able to do right. So when we say bad and good, please don't only think of, oh, corruption, oh, nah, them. No, no, it's all of us. Are we doing things right? Now, let's talk about good and bad in terms of personal health and wellness practices. When you hear things like turn off your device, maybe an hour before you go to bed so that you can sleep better and sleep up to 5 to 6 or 5 to 7 hours a day. How can? No, I can't spend 13 years of my life sleeping. Those things we heard. If you sleep for 7 hours a day, it means by the time you are 85, you have slept 16 hours of your life. God, in His infinite wisdom, knew that you will sleep 16 years of life because you are going to live for 90 years. So you need 16 as part of the investment to make the other 50 something healthy, strong, and productive. So look, the the omniscient, all-knowing God who makes darkness last almost 12 hours. There's nothing wrong with him. It gets dark from about 7 p.m., sometimes 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. It's dark. Those are the times when we are supposed to be resting, gradually shutting down. So sometimes we even take half of that and say, okay, from 11 to 5, 6 hours, or 10 to 4, 10 to 5, 7 hours, sleep. He's too wise. If he didn't want us in that state to sleep that long, he won't give us that time for rest. So sleep so that you are able to rejuvenate. I understand that's when you are rejuvenated, that's when your body heals itself, when you sleep. So what are the practices, the good practices for sleep? Putting off your lights so that your body goes into the circadian rhythm that is supposed to, taking your devices, making them silent, putting them away from you, drinking less at night, avoiding alcohol and keep you awake, drinking less water, you don't get up to eat too many times in the middle of the night that can distort your sleep, eating early enough so that your digestive system would look good practices. But you see, bad people, in other words, people who have bad health and wellness practices will fall flat because at some point their bodies will start giving way. Are you seeing how we're dissecting it? So as much as I don't want to label, I don't like to label good person, bad person. No. Let's see good practice, bad practice. He said a bad person runs straight into trouble, meaning a person who practices living badly will run straight to trouble. You're preparing for your exams coming up and you're not studying at all. A lot of procrastination, putting off for later what should be done today. Bad practice. When the day of reckoning comes, we run into trouble. We get in there and we are like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't study this. Oh, I missed that because we left it till the last minute. Bad practice. So please, let's check ourselves and not think that when we say good and bad, we're speaking about people who are far away. Let's put ourselves to say, let me look around my life and be sure that I'm practicing things good as best I can, or I'm looking for the knowledge to ensure I know what to do to practice things right. If it's making sense to you, please write in the chat. MS. Verse 9, we proceed. Thank you. Verse 9 says, the loose tongue of the godless spreads destruction. The common sense of the godly preserves them. The common sense of the godly preserves them. Because what they started practicing that was not so common, but with constant use became commonplace, it preserves them. The loose tongue of the godless will just spread destruction because they will talk anyhow, say anyhow, they can be rude, they can be unplanned, right? They might give credence to mediocrity. When somebody says, let's take our time to go over this document we've prepared just in case there was anything amiss. And one person, I beg, we don't try, we don't do it 3 years. That's that's like the poster child of godlessness. The godless person will spread destruction. Say, I beg. Ah, we've been here 3.5 hours. We don't go over it again. I beg everybody, let's go. And if that person is in a position, occupies a position where that has power and authority, people will now say, okay, Oga said, let's go. So everybody leaves. So they didn't take time to look over the document again. And somebody makes the presentation the next day, and there was a big gap. That is a situation of the godless spreading destruction by their words. That's such an example of spreading destruction by word, because godliness says we should take a look, a second look, a third look. Remember, Proverbs chapters 1, 2, 3 told us about looking again, like you're pining for gold, digging, checking, asking questions. That's what godliness tells us to do. Godliness is like, I beg. What's that? And thereby spread destruction. But the common sense of the body will preserve them. So yesterday, when we hung out in Abuja, one of the gentlemen who came, Gaius was there, Emmanuel was there, Doris came, Lacey was there, Jennifer was there. Have I missed out any name? I think it was just a few of us. We met briefly in Abuja. He just said his timing was a bit off. He wasn't sure if he could really make it, and he didn't know the place. He hadn't been to this particular mall, Jabili Mall, before. But he remembered something that was said at WISER, where we've been hammering on ask. So he kept asking people, where is the way? I think his battery was flat or so he couldn't even use like his Google map or anything. He kept asking. He said, just keep asking, ask, until he found his way to us. And then he had to take somebody's device to go online to websites and find the phone number there to call to be sure we were still there. But he had gotten to the mall. He found us, he called us, he came upstairs to meet us. And he said, I felt like not coming. I felt like turning back. But I kept saying, ask. Ask. And I kept asking until I got here. That becomes common sense with practice, where he now becomes an asker. For any information that is required, he would ask. And it applies to all of us here who have become more curious by asking. Wisdom is saying that common sense of the godly will preserve us. So he was preserved in his journey yesterday because of that common sense of asking. And there are other principles that we have picked from wisdom as the journey has been going, this WISER journey, right? So common sense will preserve you. That thing that seems to cost you something a bit more, but is changing you into a better person, will preserve you in due time. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Madam Obiopasi. We missed you yesterday. Be a good asker. So you begin to practice the lifestyle of better human relations, for example, even when it's not convenient. You see somebody who is resistant to you, but you need to work with them, and you practice good human relations with them. Guess what? They may never come around, but other people are watching. Destiny is watching. Life is watching. Not only will you preserve your blood pressure and your state of mind by practicing what is right. Remember, it says common sense of the righteous will preserve them. You will also preserve your good name. People who are watching will say, Joyce, you try. This Oga Pata that was always behaving anyhow toward her. But Joyce will always just treat him carefully, kindly. she'll be good for this, something, something. Let's leave her. People are watching. So that common sense, that thing that is common sense to the godly, that also many times seems foolish to the ungodly, will preserve you. We need to remember this in the hard times when we don't feel like doing what is right. Remember this at that time, to practice the truth that would keep you and preserve you. Verse 10 says, when it goes well for good people, the whole town cheers. When it goes badly for bad people, the town celebrates. May the whole town cheer because it went well for me, not because it went badly for me. The whole town celebrates. I remember when Abacha died, that evening it was announced, people took to the streets, played music, celebrating. As much as I was shocked. People went out, some people went and shot guns in the air like, hey, we have been delivered. Wow, that's something. When don't not be conscious of it, of how you are living with people around and how well their lives are doing or not because of you. Try. It's a good thing to be a blessing to your world. Not to the detriment of yourself. I'm not saying go and live your life only to make people happy. No. I'm saying be a blessing on your account. So let me even address this. I've gotten several requests in the past week from people on WISER, from members of the WISER Nation, saying, oh, I need one-on-one mentorship, guidance. Some people have come into my WhatsApp and, oh, I need you to mentor me. And, oh, can I speak to you for 20 minutes? Can I speak to you for 30 minutes? And I say, if I speak to everybody for 20 and 30 minutes, what time will I have to work, to face my family, to rest, to prepare? Do you understand? That's on the one hand. On the other hand, I said to someone, some people I responded briefly, some I didn't even respond. That's the truth. Because maybe I saw the message on the go, I hadn't saved the number, I couldn't go back to find. Right now I have almost hundreds of WhatsApp messages. People who know me very well, they will be laughing and say, hey, Joyce, now WhatsApp, right? So I responded to one person. In fact, he called me. I took the call. I didn't know who was calling, and he talked about it. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't commit to one-on-one mentorship. No, that's why I give all I can give out for free or for cheap." There was a time I used to have my every Sunday Instagram live, and I would teach for an hour, sometimes 2 hours, because I had things to pour. After a while, I was doing my every morning Insta live, and I would teach something. I have videos on YouTube. There is WISER that is even now accessible to everybody thanks to our sponsor. And even last year, how much was WISER? 1,300 just to make a commitment. Even this year was 2,006 just to make a commitment, right? But so I said, I give out as much as I can freely so that I can use my time for other things. And this guy said, it's not fair. You can still make out some more time for us, you've achieved so much. So I think you should also try. And I said, stop it right there. Stop it right there. My mission in life is to give as best I can without losing myself. So if I now lose myself, how do I even now develop myself? Where would I have the time to even study? Do you know how many courses I'm attending right now? I have a course that is 3 hours every day. 3 hours every day I'm in class to improve myself. This year alone, I attended 4 sessions of NLP? Back to back. leave my house in Lagos, go to Abuja and stay for 1 week to study all the other courses I have picked up here and there, the books I'm studying. Now that's just even for self-development. And what about work? What about work? Then what about time for family? Time for other social commitments, and time for myself? No, stop it, stop right there. Stop it right there. No. I can't even feel bad. You can't even make me feel bad. I'm too bulletproof for that. I'm titanium. Come on. Are you a joker? Do you know how long I've spent, how many years I've spent to build my chest mind? Stop it right there. So I'm saying to you who might be caught up in the trap of giving so much to the world, more than you can afford, whether it's physically in terms of your health or in terms of your time, you that might be sacrificing your family for someone else, for other people, I'm saying just check it. Check to be sure you are doing things right, because you can be doing the right thing in a wrong way that will make you pay for it direly. So do the right thing and also do it right. Hence the planning. You see where we need planning? So I said to my team, you know what, going forward, WISER is going to be like this for the world. Every December, going forward, by the grace of God, I'll be committed to this for the rest of my life. Every December. So guess what? If I give absolutely no time for the rest of the year, guess what? I'll still be justified, because we'll come up every morning for 31 days in December. But you know me, I won't. I will still go and record YouTube video. I will still do Insta live from time to time, because it's who I am, but not to the detriment of my health and my family. And I'm asking you to do the same, to check. Yes, sometimes you will make sacrifices, but you're not supposed to live like that every day and let people and things around you suffer. Verse 11 says, when right living people bless the city, it flourishes. Oh, when right living people bless the city, it flourishes. When we bless the city with our knowledge, when we bless the city with our words, when we bless the city with our acts, the city flourishes. So now, what city are we referring to? We may not be referring to the entire city, the city of your sphere of influence. So for example, I'm a master of ceremonies by practice. And my city is the master of ceremonies space. I will bless that space by giving content, by writing books, by offering seminars, webinars, workshops. I will bless that city, and that city will flourish to the point where in Nigeria, let me start with my constituency of the country called Nigeria. Every MC who picks up a microphone will do it right, because I have blessed them with the knowledge and with the equipment. Some they will get for free, some they will need to pay for a premium, but I will bless them so that in the city of MCing in Nigeria, we would no longer have incompetence. At some point, I've talked about it before, we haven't done some of these things. At some point, look, you will not be able to hold a microphone if you have not been well trained, because we'll create the standard. We'll create the standard. That might be my city. You see, what's your city? What's your city? It might actually also be your physical city. For example, I moved to Edo State, my home state, so that I can be more of a blessing in that locality. So today I'm leaving Abuja, going to Benin. I'm speaking at a program in Benin. In fact, from the airport, I'm going straight to the event. I'm sending them a message. I'm coming straight. Please, I would really love for you to be timely. As in, I want you to honor your word to me. Let me not come there. You tell me, Ma, please, you're going to speak. I'm coming straight to you so I can deliver and then go home and rest. I want to do more in that city. When I lived in Port Harcourt, I blessed the city. When I lived in Uyo, I blessed the city. I tried to be involved in activities here and there that will be blessings to the city. So yes, now, as much as I really wanted to do talk with Joyce in Port Harcourt, I had to say to myself, no, Joyce, you need to be more precise. You need to be more precise. So now talk with Joyce will only be in Benin City and other cities around Edo State because I need to bless that city. I need to bless that ground. Lagos is not, and let me be clear that where I am is here. So in my planner for 2022, when can I have joy and where? And how do I get people to come in there so that minds can begin to be shaped and changed? So someone might invite me to speak for free in Owerri, and I'll turn it down. Call me to say, come and speak in Abia State or something. I was no, I'm not available. But the same organization can call me in Edo State and say, now we don't have 1 naira, and I'll be there. Why? My mission is to bless my city. And so yeah, we invited you in Lagos. No, Lagos is not my city. My city is the cities of Edo State. Is it making sense to you? Some of us are having charity projects in a particular community, and someone is saying, why there? That's the city you have decided to bless. When right living people bless the city, it flourishes. So that city will flourish in the direction that we bless. So can we now begin to make intentional decisions to bless our cities? How? What will we do? 5 Ws and 1 H. What will I do? Where will I do it? When will I do it? Okay, we're back. What will I do? Where will I do? When will I do it? Who will I do it with? Of course, why am I doing it? And then finally, how will I bless my city in a way that the city will flourish? Evil talk turns the city into a ghost town in no time. When we keep saying, oh, things don't work here, Nigeria no good, hey, we are finished, we're ruined, this country useless, it will become a ghost town. And when we say ghost town, not necessarily because men and women will no longer be in the town, but productivity will reduce because the energy being given to the city is that of lack of productivity. And I will be so clear, there are economies within economies, and they happen by what's in here and what comes out here. If I want to build a robust economy for myself and my organization, I can only bless the city. Then the city opens up to me and gives me back what I see. I can never build a robust economy in a place that I condemn with the words of my mouth. It is impossible because the laws of nature will not allow you reap where you did not sow. You are a thief and God will catch you. So if you say, oh, Nigeria is so bad, things are so useless, you're wondering why you are not growing, you are reaping what you are sowing. Let that become common sense now to those of us who know. Now, only thing wey go make my country better, now I want to talk now. Yeah, what do you do now? Because I get delay. There are things I need to birth, and I can only prepare the grounds and the conditions for my offspring to thrive with the words of my mouth, which stem from the thoughts of my mind. Regardless of what anybody else says around you, bless your city so that it will become robust enough to handle, to carry that offspring of yours. Be in the habit of blessing your city, blessing the people of your city. Bless it. And then do things that would actually cause it to be blessed. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Verse 12 says, mean-spirited slander is heartless. Quiet discretion accompanies good sense. The ability to know what to do, discretion, making good decisions come with good sense. So remember, we've been focusing on how to have good sense. When you have good sense, you will know how to have good decision making, good discretion. Verse 13 says, a gadabout gossip can't be trusted with a secret, but someone of integrity will violate your confidence. This is like looking into a mirror to see ourselves and remind us where to take dressing. When you look at yourself in the mirror, if you see that potopoto that stays in your eye, you know that thing that's in your eye when you wake up, you will look at it and remove it, right? As a speck in your eye. So when you look into the word of wisdom, it's showing you, am I a person of integrity? Am I a God about gossip? Do I tell everything? You check yourself and you know, okay, this is that small gossip I used to do. It's like meat in my teeth. Now I've removed it. So we're looking into the mirror to take dressing, to adjust ourselves. Am I a person of integrity? Can people trust me with their secrets? Verse 14 says, without good direction, people lose their way. The more wise counsel you follow, the better the chances for you. So, how much wise counsel do I have around me? I'm grateful, I'm glad because I know the people on the WISER nation are already gathering wise counsel for 2022 concerning in different areas of concerns in your life. Verse 15 says, whoever makes deals with strangers is sure to get burned. If you keep a cool head, you'll avoid rash bargains. So you're going to make a deal with a stranger. You're about to hire a new staff. Get in the habit of knowing them to their home. If you need to go and know their home, know their home. Get the contact of somebody who is a guarantor so that you know what to do. That's a deal you're about to make with your stranger. You're about to, find the stop gaps, the checks and balances, so that you are secure and not get burned and say, well, do you know I didn't even know her from anywhere. I don't even know her address, nothing. I just trusted her because we're in the same church. So you're in the same church, I know, but you're still strangers. You don't know. Please just follow wisdom and say, don't make deals with strangers, okay? Before you make a deal with someone, get to know them beyond the deal. Get to know something else about them. If you keep a cool head, you'll avoid rash bargains because you will ask questions. $5 on each. A woman of gentle grace gets respect, but men of rough violence grab for loot. When you are kind to others, you help yourself. actually. When you're cruel to others, you hurt yourself. Because what you reap, you sow. What you reap, you sow. If I'm kind to you, I reap kindness. So, one of the best ways to get kindness is to give kindness. Yes. If I want to get anything, I should see how I can give it. Anything I want to get, just look for how to give it and keep giving it, you will get it. There is seed, time, and harvest. No matter what you sow in time, you will harvest it. So to get kindness, give kindness. Give kindness because you are going to be helping yourself. If you keep hurting other people, you will hurt yourself. Bad work gets paid with a bad check. Good work gets solid pay. Bad work gets paid with a bad check. Can we just agree that in 2022, our work will be good, not by our own local champion standards, by global standards, by international standards, by certification standards? So, one duty is to find out the standard so that you can live up to it. If you say, I was talking with a gentleman yesterday who came to the program, to the hangout, Emmanuel, he's a cybersecurity expert, and he wants. So we're talking about what are some organizations in cybersecurity around the world that you would like to work with. He mentioned one in South Africa, and he said that he's also trying to get one or two other certifications so that he can be at the standard that in fact, he used the word, he said, so that I can be employable by them. I took that away. That's someone who is measuring himself by the right standards, not just say, well, I'll write to them and tell them, in Nigeria, we don't really have internet, so I don't know too much. You should just take it like that now, learn on the job. Hello. But he's painstakingly certifying himself. He has gotten 2 certifications already. He's getting the others because he has gone to find out what the standard is. If you are a tailor, what is the standard for cutting? What is the standard? My darling, what's her name now? Sate then went to learn how to cut clothes using patterns so that she could get it right with the standard. And Sate would just get your measurements. In fact, she just get your measurements, and by the time she sews for you, everything will fit right because she learned the standard of doing it right. So that when she delivers right standard. Don't just say I'm a tailor. Anyhow, I see God will bless. God ain't gonna bless nonsense. Else you will get paid with a bad check. If you will get solid pay, let our ethics be of right standard. Verse 19 says, take your stand with God's loyal community. We're back. We're going to just run through. Take your stand with God's loyal community and leave, or chase after phantoms of evil and die. I think that point has been made. Verse 20, God can't stand deceivers. Oh, but how he relishes integrity, people who keep their word to themselves. Count on this, the wicked won't go off scot-free. No matter how it looks like they are getting off scot-free, count on this, they will not. And God's loyal people will triumph. So choose today to be one of God's loyal people. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. To fear qua. I forbid it as I find so. This thing, no day. Let's match our beauty with intelligence. Let's match our beauty with knowledge and grace and character. That's part of the goals for 2022. To be as knowledgeable as you are beautiful. For men and women alike, please. I will be as knowledgeable as I am beautiful. The more attention I give to my beauty and my grace, the more attention I give to what's in my head. Verse 23, the desires of good people lead straight to the best, but wicked ambition ends in angry frustration. Remember, good, 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 and it will take you up to the best. It will take us up to the best. 2022 will be our best year so far because the desires we have will lead us there. Verse 24 says, the world of the generous gets larger and larger. The world of the stingy gets smaller and smaller. Don't over hoard and I'm keeping and saving, I'm over saving. That, draw the line between saving, investing, and being stingy. What does stingy here say? Stingy, I don't think I've ever checked the meaning before. It says, wow, being unwilling or showing unwillingness to share with others. Share of your knowledge, share of your time. Do it with wisdom, do it with balance. The one who blesses others is abundantly blessed. Those who help others are helped. I said last year that one of the guarantees I have in 2022 that I'll be blessed is even wiser. The wanting to sit here and make it happen, that I know that I'm blessing. I know my 2022 is secure. Oh yes. Oh yes, I'm not doing this to get a blessed 2022, but I know 2022 is secured because we're doing this. So what can you do? Now, don't get into transactional, let me do to get, no. But let me live a life of being a blessing. Bless everyone in one way or the other. Those who help others are helped. Curses on those who drive a hard bargain. I said last year, I think I remember when we were talking about this, I said, my son that knows how to price, if you tell him something is 500, he will ask you if you won't take 150. I said, guy, be careful so that you don't drive a bargain that is so hard that attracts curses. We now talked about when you're negotiating with these people who sell fruits or food, and the margins are slim. Tomato, they tell you tomato is 500 naira, pricing for 350. What profit are they going to make? Don't get into a place of wickedness on top trying to save something. That's the price. If they say 500 naira, I say, okay, madam, what's the last you can give me? I say, okay, that's 450. Just take it and go. That's not the profit that she's going to make from you and then build a castle. So don't drive a hard bargain that will attract curses. Blessings on all who play fair and square. We can do this. The one who seeks God finds, the one who seeks good finds delight. The student of evil will become evil. So be careful what you watch. Be careful who you are learning from so that you don't become them. A life devoted to things is a dead life, a stump when it's devoted to things, materialism. A God-shaped life is a flourishing tree. So how many of us are flourishing in 2022? What are we going to do? Be shaped by all the things that we have gotten from wisdom. God-shaped life. Exploit or abuse your family and end up with a fistful of air. Common sense tells you it's a stupid way to live. I think the point has been made here. Your family is not only your biological family, but your city. Don't exploit your city. Don't say, let me go and get this contractor. You see, this is my uncle, My uncle has money. This is my uncle, Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe get money. But the guy, they sabi give. So let me go and tell Uncle Joe that I have people who can come and do this his borehole that he wants. So I'll go and call my other friend, Jack. I said, Jack, I know that the money is like 200K to do the borehole, but this my uncle get money. Tell them 450. Then me and you share the remaining. If you exploit your family, even though it is that same Uncle Joe where they do to see, it's a big give, akanchi, akamonkey, you will end up with problem yourself. Don't exploit your family. Don't abuse your family. Just do the right thing and do things right. Verse 30, a good life is a fruit-bearing tree. A violent life destroys souls. In 2022, we bear fruits. In 2022, we flourish because we do good. Verse 31 says, if good people barely make it, then what's in store for the bad? Something happened yesterday and someone said, well, bad things happen to good people. Well, because that's life. If even good people have bad things happen to them, how much more bad would attract unnecessary evil to our way, to our lives for nothing? It is my desire that today, going forward, in fact, I already say I'm already in 2022. Going forward, we will do good. We will do good. We will do good. And we will make it happen. We will do good. We will create standards that are good and right. And we will show other people how to measure up to such standards by the grace of God. We will flourish in 2022. Oh yes, that's a given because we now know what to do and we'll get it done. Tomorrow is the 12th of December. By the grace of God, we will be here again, enjoying and drinking from the book of wisdom, chapter 12. Tell somebody about it if you can and let them join us. I'll see us all tomorrow. I love you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for being with me today. I'm so glad that you are here. But before you go, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell icon to get notifications every time I post a new video so that you miss out on nothing.
I can see through my own eyes. With wisdom from within, I let go as I'm letting it in. I am wealthy, I am wise, I can see through my own eyes. With wisdom from within, I let go as I'm letting it in. With wisdom from within, I let go as I'm letting it in. I'm letting it in. Let it in, let it in. Let well-being in. Let it in, let it in. Let well-being in. Let it in, let it in. Let clarity in. Let it in, let it in. Let clarity in. Let it in.